Hi, and welcome to this short demonstrational video on the use of the Biasi M110 Riva Advance integrated digital clock. Now this little clock is quite powerful though for its size. It's a 7-day multi-event timer which gives you full flexibility in how you're going to utilise your heating system. Now before we start looking at setting up the clock and its background time brackets, let's just familiarise ourselves with the buttons. On the top right hand side you've got the menu scroll button. This allows you to go through all the different menu settings. On the bottom right is the little reset button, a store or OK button, plus and minus buttons which you utilise for setting up the time and advancing and retarding the time settings. A mode selection button on the bottom left. This is for actually setting it to be off or on. And then individual day selection buttons for when you're setting the time brackets. These, by pressing them in and out, allow you to actually set each program to cover 1 day or up to 7 days, but your choice. Okay, when you first turn the boiler on, you'll see that the clock will start to flash. This indicates that there's no background time set for the actual timer itself. But as wise with all digital programmers, before we start to set this up, I'm just going to press in the reset button just to ensure that there are no partial programs or piecemeal bits of program which have been set. Now to set the actual time, what we're going to do is we're going to just press the plus or the minus button to take it to the correct time. So we're going to take that to 10. If I just keep it pressed in, you'll see it automatically takes it down. And we're going to select day 2 for a Tuesday. Press the OK button once, and that's the time set, and that will be used as the basis for all the switch times to come on in the future. Now if I press the menu scroll button once, you'll see it takes us into a little screen, and you've got C1 on the right hand side and on the left hand side. This will be the first programmed on period. So all I'm going to do is press the plus button. Now you see it comes up with 0, so we're going to keep that pressed, and we're going to set that for 5 o'clock in the morning, and just by keeping that pressed, you'll see it whizzes all the way through. It does take a little bit of time when you're first setting it, but once it's set, you're able to actually go back in, modify quite easily, and obviously it's quite quick from that point. So just going to press that through to 5. And we're going to select a program which covers us for Monday through to Friday. So I've left the little circles on 1 to 5. If I wanted, I could have a Saturday and a Sunday on that program and take out the Wednesday and the Thursday. And you'll see there we've got 1 and 2 with circles, 5, 6 and 7. Or we could have the whole week. Obviously each program will be individual. What you must ensure is if you set the on period for 1 to 7, you must set the corresponding off period for exactly the same, otherwise the boiler will actually see that there's a mismatch on the programming and it won't utilise any of the programs. It will just sit there in stasis waiting for you to correct it. If I press the OK button, you'll see now it's got C1 off, and this is looking for the corresponding off period. So if I press the plus button, it starts from the last set time, so it was 5 o'clock. So if we advance that through to 6 o'clock, one to 7 is still set, and press OK. That's the first program set. And if I come out of the programming now, you can see I've got 5 till 6. And if I wanted to add another program, I could literally just press the plus button, and again because it's a fresh program it starts at 0. So we could say for this we're going to set just a Monday and a Tuesday program, and we're going to set that for say lunchtime, 12 o'clock till 1, and that way then it would only activate again through those set periods. And again it just takes a little bit of time to advance it through. If you don't want to use the internal clock, then you can ask your installer to remove the cable from the back of the clock. When that's done, the boiler's CPU will actually decide to look just at the room stat link for operation. It won't obviously be looking for timed operations. You can also use the Advance button, which will allow you to override the boiler for up to 30 days. So now we've got 12 o'clock on, and I'm going to take out all the days except for a Monday and a Tuesday. So now we've got 1 and 2 with little circles on at 12 o'clock. If I press OK, that stores, it goes to off, and if I just press the plus button, it starts from the 12 o'clock. I'm going to take that through to 1 o'clock. So obviously now the boiler will only operate between 12 and 1 on a Monday and a Tuesday. If I press OK, and you must press OK after you've finished setting each program. That's the clock set. I'm now going to advance to auto. Now auto is sitting with the boiler looking at those programs, and it will actually operate in that mode. If I press it again, you'll see it comes up with -H and an off in the upper left hand corner, and I can use the mode selection button to change that to on, and I can set that for a period of time of say 1 hour. If I press OK, the boiler will operate for 1 hour on and then fall back to its background program, or it might be 1 hour off. Now that can be set for up to 30 days. So if I just press and keep that running through, you'll see it's going up through the hours to 24, and then it's 1 day right the way through, and we've taken that up to 28 days. Now the boiler will now sit and operate. If I press OK, the boiler will actually look, and you can see that it's flashing on. It's got an automatic call to operate for the next 28 days, and then it will fall back to its background program. To clear it, I can go back into the override setting, and you'll see there the timer, it's got timer in the bottom right hand side, is now counting down. But to clear it, I can actually take it back down myself. Just press and hold the minus button until we get down to the hours, all the way down to the bottom. -H, press OK, and that's back now into its normal mode. So it's very, very easy to add or subtract time without disrupting the clock too much.